morning. Good morning, and good morning to you. How is everyone this morning? Fantastic. What a delight it is to see all your beautiful faces. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the senior minister here, and we are a community that is here to celebrate love, to celebrate life, to celebrate light, harmony, peace, joy, wisdom, all the attributes of the divine, which are also our attributes. So does that sound like a good thing to celebrate today? All right. This is, of course, a new song that we introduced last week. It's a little more mellow than our normal opening songs, but if you want to move your body, you can. And you'll get used to the chorus, and you can start singing along on the chorus with us. Shall we? This is Aaron Anderson.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may, I'm making it a beautiful day.
Gonna drive my car to the sea. Gonna swim out far, 'cause I believe that the waves will wash the gray away. I'm making it a beautiful day. But let me hear you say, oh, oh, my, my. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget we're alive. I would love for us to say hello to our neighbors. So just turn around, say hello. Maybe say hello to somebody you've not ever met before. Hello. Gonna climb that hill behind my house.
See what this place is all about.
'Cause from above it all you can't help but say, it's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Let me hear you say, oh, oh, my, my. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget we're alive. Gonna turn my enemies into friends. What's broken gets stronger when it mends. When we all come together, this song will play. We'll sing, it's a beautiful day. And it's gonna be a beautiful day.
Oh,
Oh, my, my. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget we're alive. It's gonna be a beautiful day.
hey, it's gonna be
a beautiful day. Let's make it a beautiful day. One more? Okay. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You know it's live. When I look over at Linda and she says, there's one more. I'm like, okay, there's one more. So one thing that I love to acknowledge is that I like to have fun on a Sunday morning. Do you like to have fun on Sunday morning? Yeah. And this is a place where we can have fun together and also engage ourselves in a little bit of spiritual knowledge. enjoy some spiritual principle, and perhaps look at some things, some aspects of our lives that perhaps will make them better. That's the whole point and purpose of the New Thought movement, is to invite us into an exploration of our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings to make our lives better. Now, with that, I also like to say that you may not believe everything you hear today, and that is absolutely okay. That if you have a willingness to be open to looking at your beliefs, it is your beliefs that are creating your experience. As the master teacher Jesus said, it is done unto you as you believe. It is done unto you as you believe. So many of us are carrying around beliefs that don't work for us. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Well, here's the good news. You get to change your belief. You get to look at that belief and say, this is not working for me. I'm letting it go, and I'm inviting myself into a new belief. So if something butts up against your belief system here today, without opinion or judgment, just allow yourself to be able to look at it and say, is this working for me? Now, we do also have a vision and a mission here at Unity of Tucson, and they are put forth in our vision and mission statements, and I would love for us as a community to say together first these words of our vision statement. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. That vision statement, a vision statement is basically how we choose to see the world, and the mission are the active steps that we can take to see that vision through into our experience. So let us state out loud these words of our mission statement. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. If you are joining us for the first time, I would love to say hello, first of all, to anyone who may be joining us online for the first time. Whether you're watching live on a Sunday morning as we live stream our celebration, or you're watching in the archive sometime later, it is a delight to have you join us here at Unity of Tucson. And we'd love to continue this conversation. So if you're willing to go to unitytucson.com/connect and fill out some information there, we can keep this going. If you're joining us here at Unity of Tucson in the room for the first time today, as you were coming in, you may have been invited to receive a gift. And if you did not receive your gift, they are available for you at the completion of the celebration today out in the foyer. But there is something else that we would like to share with you. So if you're comfortable with identifying yourself as someone who is here for the first time, would you either stand up or raise your hands? Is there anyone who's joining us? Welcome. Grateful to have you here. Yes, yes, yes. So delighted to have you here. And here's what it is that we would like to share with you. Shall we let them know what we know? Yeah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. Thank you for shining your light, sharing your magnificence with us. Now, we know that about you because one of the tenets of what we teach here is that every person that we encounter is a reflection of each and every one of us. And so I see you as a reflection of something inherent in myself, and I choose to allow that to be magnificence. And so I think we should all exclaim for ourselves, each and every one of us, with feeling, let's say this with feeling, these words, I am magnificent. Yes, how does that feel? The first time I was faced with stating out loud, I am magnificent, it made me go, I am magnificent, but not really. Something to check in on because that's a belief. That is a belief. Yes, here we are. Should I keep it going? Absolutely. All right. Today, to engage in our ceremony that we've adopted here at Unity of Tucson called Lighting the Flames of Faith, it's a ceremony that honors all the faith traditions of the world with the understanding that we are all a unified wholeness, and all traditions come from a golden thread of love. And so we have adopted this ceremony here, led by our keepers of the flames. Today's keepers of the flames are Dorothy Brolin and Laura Cass. No, and Sherry Hoffman. I saw you back here. Dorothy Brolin and Sherry Hoffman.
Welcome. I invite you to just take a moment and settle into these words, because I know often we say them every week, but I don't always sit and listen to them. So I invite you just to sit back and listen today. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to divine love as its highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. The final candle, the healing candle. It represents the revealing of the divinity at the core of all experiences. This candle is your candle for whatever it is in your mind and heart that requires the light. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Dorothy. This candle here, which we keep consistently illuminated, is the peace candle. And we keep it consistently illuminated as a reflection of a consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. And as we allow our inner peace to inform our thoughts, our deeds, our intentions, our actions, we are right where we are, each and every one of us, creating a more peaceful world. So let us honor this idea and this candle by reading out loud together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins in the world. I went back to some old language. Peace reigns in the world now. Yes. It's habit. And that's actually a good lesson, how strong our habits can be. And we have to be aware at various times of what our habits are doing in the expression and experience of our lives. But at least that's the lesson I need to learn today. I don't know about you. That's lesson over now. Are you asking if the lesson's over now? I guess so. We can all go home.
No, we play music.
Oh, we have music to play as well. Well, we got a whole lot of other stuff to do today. So shall we keep celebrating and having fun? It's your turn. Here to provide us with a reading, guide us in our monthly affirmation, and also lead us in prayer. Please welcome today's prayer chaplain, Laura Cass.
Oh, he's so brave to turn it over to me. Gosh, I have so much on my mind this morning. Have you ever one of those mornings where your mind is like this? And I came to Felicia's meditation this morning, which was absolutely wonderful. And coming away with, I am peace, I am God. But she also talked about wind and wave. And since this is closer to home, let's take a minute of silence for all of our relatives, our friends, and our loved ones on Maui who have lost everything. We just do that. Namaste. So every month we have an affirmation which Jonathan has provided so lovingly, and it's so beautiful. And generally, I would read that after I'm through giving my reading. I was looking at it a couple of days ago, and I thought, I really want to dissect that affirmation. This month, it is, my inherent nature is infinite wholeness, no matter what. What does that really mean to us? If we think about it, we just don't say it kind of automatically. So, inherent nature, we know what that is. That's who we are inside. That's what we are all about. It's our blessing of who we are. Wholeness, I looked that up to see what Charles Fillmore had to say. Fillmore says that wholeness is the perfect unification and expression of human beings as spirit, soul, and body. That's big. The perfect unification and expression of human beings as spirit, soul, and body. So as we think of ourselves and we think of the wholeness, and the wholeness of the universe, all of this out there, and us, our own wholeness, we are a wholeness, whatever size we may be, and how we fit into this wholeness of the universe. But every one of us is a unique piece of that puzzle. We are some shape, hard edges, soft edges, whatever. As a piece of the puzzle, we all fit perfectly into that wholeness that makes this universe. Put your hand on your heart for a minute. Feel that beating. That's you in there. That's your wholeness. That's your light shining. Your light shining, emanating out from yourself to the next person. And they, in turn, are emanating back to you. With your hand here, turn and look to someone near you, next to you. And you see the light. You see their unique perfection. And bless one another. So, I'd like to read to you something by Donna Ashworth. It says, you, if every single person who has liked you in your lifetime were to light up on a map, it would create the most glittering, beautiful network you could imagine. Throw in the strangers you've been kind to, the people you've made laugh or inspired along the way, and that star-bright network of you would be an impressive sight to behold. You are so much more than you think you are. You have done so much more than you realize. You are trailing a bright pathway that you don't even know about. What a thing. What a thing indeed. So I will say the monthly affirmation, and then we will repeat it together twice, understanding our wholeness and what this means. My inherent nature is infinite wholeness, no matter what. Let's say that together. My inherent nature is infinite wholeness, no matter what. Once more. My inherent nature is infinite wholeness, no matter what.
To relax into the deeper meaning that has been expressed here in relationship to that affirmation. And I invite you to consider those final 3 words, no matter what. No matter what. The nature of our infinite wholeness cannot be shaken by anything in the world of circumstance, anything outside the self. So no matter what, our infinite nature is infinite wholeness, and it is reflected as the light we are.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Feel free to sing that with me. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Let's share with someone the truth we know about them. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright.
Oh, shining brightly. Everyone, each and every one of us, we are the light. We are the light. We are that perfect piece of that puzzle that fits, creates the entire universe. And how we fit in there is our own wholeness. We know without a doubt that we are all divine children of God. We are here for a reason, here for a purpose, to shine our light, making this a better world for ourselves, everyone in it. We are all unique perfection. We are all that expression, the expression of spirit, soul, and body.
We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine,
again. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine, we shine, we shine. Thank you, Laura. Don't go too far away. I love that song. Written by Reverend Donna Michael. Felicia, you must know Donna Michael. Yes. Yeah, I love Donna. I love Donna. Anyway, sorry. Now I'm getting nostalgic about my life and ministry. Today's actually, there's a little bit of a nostalgia aspect to today for me, and I'll talk about that when I get to my message. But this song is a song that may make you feel a little nostalgic. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's certainly going to take us on a little bit of a throwback. Here to present our featured song of the day, please welcome our magnificent, our very own Erin Anderson.
Hi, everybody. I know you guys have to know this song. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Get up and dance if you're feeling it. Hey, yeah. Well, we are family. I got all my people with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Well, we are family. I got all my people with me.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Woo! So two things I want to acknowledge. I'm going to point you out, Linda, for just a moment. Linda has the most beautiful smile. Have you ever looked at Linda's smile? And whenever we do a song like this, I stand back here, and of course, Aaron, you were lovely, but I watch Linda. And Linda just beams this radiant smile. It's just so lovely to see. So grateful that you lead us in music. And that was not meant to be a diss on you. That was extraordinary and so much fun. They have great smiles too, but I just happened to look at Linda today. Oh. If you're here for the first time, how often do you go to a Sunday morning church experience and hear, Sister Sledge? So when earlier this week, I knew kind of an idea of what I wanted to bring to the community today as my message. And I reached out to Erin and I said, I don't know how this is going to translate, but here's my ideas about the message. And she wrote back not 15 minutes later and said, "We Are Family" is the song. And I was like, yes, that is the song. Perfect. And you'll understand why that is the song. I think, I don't use this word lightly, but I hope by the end of my message. Hope is better than despair. But I'm feeling nostalgic today, and if anyone is a friend of mine or follows me on social media at all, you may have seen on Instagram and Facebook, I made a post today. Essentially, I put a picture of this vast landscape with this path, and it's this gorgeous picture that was taken, and in the picture on the path, way in the distance, are these two little figures. One of them is me, and the other one was a person that I walked with for a time when I was on my sabbatical on the Camino. Now, those of you who are members of the community or have been coming here for a while, you know that I went and walked the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage while I was on my sabbatical about 3 months ago. I can't believe I've already been back for about 3 months. Am I doing the math right? Maybe it's more like 2.5 months. 2 months. This is my 9th Sunday back. That math I did do. This is my 9th Sunday back. Okay. And what really kind of came up for me today to talk about was family and community. And I really started to reflect upon the community that I developed when I was on the Camino de Santiago. And it's something that a lot of people who walk that pilgrimage talk about, the experience of developing a Camino family. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Camino de Santiago is, I just want to let you know, it is a 500-mile walking pilgrimage across Spain. You start on the French side of the Pyrenees, you hike over the Pyrenees, and then you walk 500 miles to Santiago de Compostela and the cathedral that's there. And along the way, you meet a lot of people. And there was this idea that I had early on as I was meeting people, and I would think, oh, maybe this is someone who's going to be a part of my Camino family for the rest of the walk. And then you would never see them again. Or you would meet somebody, you'd walk maybe a couple days with them, and then you would never see them again. And then there are those people that you would meet, and you knew, and it has continued to be people that remain lifelong friends. And so I wrote this in my notes. I said, on the Camino, what it seems to me is that we meet friends for maybe 5 minutes, 5 weeks, 5 years, or 5 lifetimes. That is the experience of the Camino. And so the common factor that we all share when we're walking the Camino is that thing. It's the experience of walking. And we all came to that experience with different purposes. With different purposes. Just like I think we all find ourselves in a spiritual center on a Sunday morning with different purposes. We all come here for our own unique, individualized approach to a philosophy that perhaps works for us. If you're new to it, perhaps it will work for you. I like to think it would work for everyone. Part of it is we have to put it into practice. And I start every Sunday by saying, you may not believe everything you hear, but we do have a doctrine, we do have a teaching. And if you're willing to look at how that teaching can be incorporated into your life, I believe that it can enhance the quality of your experience. So that's really what community for me is all about. It's about experience, the experience of this thing called life. Part of the Camino experience is a willingness to release. I've talked a lot about the willingness to release. Before I went on the Camino, I talked a lot about the plan that I had to go there with everything that I knew I was going to release already released, so I could see what more needed to be released when I was on the pilgrimage. That was hard. One of the things that I needed to release was my need to control every outcome. Anyone have that going on for themselves? And what I was invited into was a consistent reminder of this phrase. And anyone who's walked the Camino, you will recognize this phrase: the Camino provides. The Camino provides. Now, the Camino itself, the path, the walking path, the experience of the walking path is a metaphor for the path we walk in life. And what if we approached our lives with the understanding that no matter what, our life provides? How different might our lives be? Our life provides no matter what. It's one of my favorite phrases ever. No matter what, because it says to me, I am solid in my faith that the life I live provides the experience that is for my highest and best. And then it's an invitation to me to look at the places where I might doubt that. Where might I have doubt? Where might I not be so absolute in my statement that life provides? That's right. That is God speaking, by the way. God knows how to put an exclamation point on things. I kept a pretty loose journal. I wrote a little bit every single day. Now, the walking pilgrimage took me 34 walking days with 2 days of rest. So from start to finish, it was 36 days. On day 25, I arrived in a town called Ponferrada. I had walked 350 miles at that point in 25 days. And I wrote this in my notes. I said, the nature of the Camino has shifted. I have said goodbye to friends I've made along the way because we all have different walking plans. The Camino seems to be splitting us up. That was something that really struck me when I reread that. The Camino seems to be splitting us up. I'm in an albergue tonight where I don't know anyone. And that was the first time that had happened since my first 2 nights of walking, that I checked into an albergue, which is a hostel, a pilgrim hostel, if you don't know. And I didn't know anybody in that hostel. And if I reflect upon my life and look at that as a metaphor for my life, Who are the friends that I've made along the way that have diverged into their own walking path? Life happens. Life can split us up. Do we look at that and find remorse, sadness, regret, upset around that? It's possible. There are friends that I miss dearly, but our friendship came to a natural, fundamental completion. The Camino, the whole Camino itself, in a way, invites each and every one who walks into the creation and the recreation of community. Just like life invites us into the creation and the recreation of community. This is the third spiritual center that I've had the privilege to be the leader of. Wow, I really wasn't planning on mentioning this, but all right, here we go. In 2017, I had an epiphany. I will call it an epiphany, an enlightened moment where I was at the, I had completed the service on Easter Sunday at the spiritual center where I was serving, the Center for Spiritual Living, Toronto. And I was sitting with a couple of board members after the service, and kind of a flippant statement came out of my mouth. I just turned and I said, well, I think that what was mine to do here is actually complete. And it was a shock to me, and I'll tell you why it was a shock, because in my heart, when I landed in Toronto to take over the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto, I thought, oh, this is it. I'm never leaving here. Never. I love it here. I love Canada. I love everything about this. I didn't like the winters. Other than the winters, I loved everything about living in Toronto. So that was quite a shock when it was just... And so I gave myself 24 hours to consider it, and what I found in my prayer and meditation is, yes, what was mine to do there was complete, and it was time to move on. This sounds like I'm leading up to saying something that's similar here. I'm not. I'm really not. But I'm also very clear that where I am is only in this moment. And if I begin to project into the future this idea that this is it, folks, we're here for it, like, I don't know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now. I have an idea because I've constructed a service, so I think I know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now, but I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen 5 seconds from now. Do you? No, nobody knows. And so it is an invitation to be the wholeness right where we are in every single moment, to create in every moment and recreate in every moment the community we seek. The Camino is an exercise in the discovery of wholeness. Life is an exercise in the discovery of wholeness. This month's theme is wholeness. And so that's really at the base of everything that I'm considering this month. As I think about my Sunday messages, as the prayer chaplains get up and offer their readings, we're all rooted in this construct of what is wholeness. And I'm grateful that you brought that definition from Charles Fillmore back. What is wholeness? What does wholeness mean to you? That's a rhetorical question. But I just want you to consider for yourself, what does it mean to be an expression of wholeness? Just consider that for a moment. And is there any aspect of you that does not feel whole? Is there any aspect of you that feels like it's missing? Is there any aspect of you that is longing for something? Life is an invitation to discover and rediscover our innate wholeness. That's really what I want to share with you. In what way are we in every moment, encouraging wholeness for ourselves, but also in the spaces we create. This, for me, is a very special space. It is a space that has been created by all the consciousness that has walked the path in this space. And we collectively here today have created this space. So are we encouraging wholeness in the spaces we create? Do we encourage belonging in the spaces we create? Or is there some aspect of us that may still be encouraging segregation? And does encouraging belonging require a common experience? These are just questions that I have. These are the things I ponder during the week, you know. How do we encourage belonging? It's one of the fundamental questions that we ask in spiritual leadership. How do we encourage belonging, a sense of belonging? Because I can look out on this sea of magnificent faces, the faces of God, which is what I see in every single person that I encounter. And I can see ways in which we might, without ourselves even knowing it, be encouraging segregation and separation. And do we have a willingness to look at that and find those places, those blind spots in our hearts that encourage separation and segregation, and go on the path to healing those things within ourselves? What I desire here at Unity of Tucson and in my life is to actively create beloved community. That's what I desire. I desire that this spiritual center be a forward-moving, a mission-centric space that says, I know who you are, and let us all celebrate the truth, the inherent truth of our being. How do we then actively create beloved community? How do we do that? One of the ways, there's many ways. There are a few ways that I want to acknowledge that resonate in my heart and see if it works for you. Number one, active and consistent sharing. Active and consistent sharing. Sharing of our hearts, sharing of our minds, sharing of our good, sharing who we are, the fundamental basis of who we are with every single person we encounter, free of fear. That's hard for people. I think of the ways that I committed myself to share myself. And I know I've said this before, so some of you will have heard this before. But I made a choice early on in my ministerial training that I would always be authentically me, no matter what. And the reason that I did that is because I had the experience of serving as a stage manager for some of the conventions that were presented by various spiritual organizations. And what I would find is being backstage and interacting with some of the ministers who were big, big names in the movement, right? That who I would experience backstage was different from the experience I would have of them when they were on the stage. And so, this is me. You get me, y'all. And I ask nothing less of you. That's the invitation. If I have a willingness to stand here and be authentically me, then I ask you to be authentically you in every interaction. That's a way that we can share ourselves consistently and actively to create beloved community. I also think that a way that we can actively create beloved community is to have, this is a word you don't hear very frequently, but to have some intolerance. What? I think we need to have intolerance for anything that is contrary to basic human decency. If we see other people suffering, how do we approach them in the expression and experience of decency? Why do we allow things like homelessness and poverty and hunger to exist in our world? Why? We are the ones who are at a center point to be able to address and create a different world. We speak about a vision of a world awakened to its magnificence. Are we willing to reflect the magnificence in someone that we might have a little bit of reservation about? And know that no matter what, who we see is a reflection of God and the expression of God and a reflection of something within ourselves. So I think that it's time we be less tolerant of anything contrary to human decency. I think also a way that we can actively create beloved community is to release othering in detrimental ways. What do I mean by that? I've talked about being a person of privilege from this platform in the ways that I have experienced privilege. I've also talked about myself being a member of a minority community from this platform. If you didn't know, you get me, folks. Do we have the capacity to really take to heart and live the principle of seeing the face of God in everyone we encounter? For me to know and to boldly claim and make the statement, and I do, and I invite you into making this statement for yourself, I am God. You are God. We are God. There is no God out there. We are that power. We are that presence. And knowing that is an invitation to releasing the construct that there is greater or lesser than among any of us. That's what I'm talking about. Releasing the sense of othering in detrimental ways. We are the power and the presence. We are the divine light. We are the divine life. The King Center in Atlanta has this posted as a statement in their facility. Beloved community is a global vision in which all people can share the wealth of the earth. In the beloved community, poverty, hunger, and homelessness will not be tolerated because international standards of human decency will not allow it. Racism and all forms of discrimination, bigotry, and prejudice will be replaced by an all-inclusive spirit of sisterhood and brotherhood. The question for me comes up in this manner. You applaud that. Are you activating that in your life? And the rest of you? Now, this is also a call to each and every one of us to have a willingness to uncover those unconscious biases that we have. Yep. I look to Susan because she has sent me some messaging that we're going to talk about around a Bias Busters group here at Unity of Tucson. And if we have the willingness to be on the path of uncovering the unconscious bias that we have right where we are firmly creating a more peaceful, beloved community for this entire planet. What keeps us from it? There's only one answer to this that I understand, and that is our own fear. That is the only thing that keeps us from it, is our own fear. We internalize our fears, and those fears internalized contradict our sense of belonging. We separate ourselves because of our fear. And this expresses actively, whether we are aware of it or not. So I ask you today, what is the consciousness driving the driving the thought that you may have as we complete the celebration today? So when we finish here today, in about an hour and 20 minutes, joking, what is the consciousness that you will walk through those doors with? Will you feel welcome in the experience of socializing? And will you welcome others in the experience of socializing from this point of view? I know who I am, I remember who I am, and I know that truth about you as well. Can we engage in recognizing every single person we encounter as the face of God, no matter what? How do we encourage and create common unity? How do we encourage and create common unity, community? How do we encourage and create community right where we are? I think being in circulation is a way to give and receive of ourselves. I think compassion, unconditional love is a way. I think support of others, free of personal opinions or the way we think someone should lead their life. Support does not mean telling someone how to heal. Support is being a presence and a witness to the healing and celebrating the consciousness and the idea that is the great equalizer. God is all there is. That must be who I am, and so that must be who you are. And in understanding that, that helps me be on the path of eliminating phobias and isms and constructs of othering. We are a family. We are family. Whether we accept it or not, we are sharing a collective experience of wholeness, not just in this room, but in the expression and experience of our lives. Because I guarantee you, you're probably not going to leave here and not see another person. Although there may be times, it makes me think of walking the Roman road. I walked for 25 kilometers, it's 17, 18 miles, and I did not see another living soul that day. That was one of my days on the Camino. And it was one of the scariest days too, because I thought if something goes awry, I don't have community available that I can see to help support me through a challenge. The space between, which is the title of today's message, the space between us is an illusion. It's an illusion. For in wholeness, there can be no separation. There's a construct, and this is hard for some people to understand. This philosophy, the New Thought philosophy, often talks about there is no time and there is no space in the infinite. There is no time, there is no space in the infinite. Time and space are constructs for experience. So we experience time and space, but in the infinite doesn't exist. And there's this idea in quantum physics called quantum entanglement. Anyone ever hear of that? The idea of quantum entanglement is that some energetic way of being here has an instantaneous energetic correlation somewhere else in the universe. Do you know how big the universe is? It's pretty big. It's infinite. I think that's what we're ultimately going to find. There is no edge. We perceive an edge because we think in terms of limitation, but there is no edge. And we keep seeing further. And every time I go online, I know I'm talking a lot today. Every time I go online, I see, because I love space and physics and all of this, I see posts that say, we've now seen the furthest star away. I'm like, but we're going to see even deeper. We're going to see even deeper. So this idea of quantum entanglement means that free of time or space, that every aspect of being is affecting every other aspect of being. That's why I say the space between us is an illusion. Whether we know it or not, we have an effect on everyone around us. We have an effect on the furthest reaches of the universe. The illusion of separation is the path to discordant experiences. And we, right where we are the ones who can change discord into harmony. And I invite you on that path with me today. Peace and blessings. You're magnificent. And so, the homework today. If you are joining us here for the first time today, I give homework every week as a way to make the spiritual practical, to put it into practice in our lives. So I invite you into this as your homework this week. I would like every single one of us to purposefully deepen our awareness this week to the manner of connection or separation we bring in every interaction. In every interaction we have with people, to open up our awareness and ask the question, am I connecting or am I separating? In that, are you activating in each interaction more compassion, more support, and more seeing the face of God? That's the homework. It's a big one this week. It's probably going to last longer than a week. But if you start today, I guarantee you the quality of life is going to be enhanced. That's what I believe. You get to decide. I invite us all to relax right where we are. Just see what's come up for you. Is there some kernel of truth that is resonating more profoundly in this moment in your heart than any other? Let that be present. Allow the unfolding of the infinite in this moment.
Embrace the stillness. Embrace the breath. Embrace the spirit of love. Embrace the stillness.
Embrace the stillness.
Embrace the light.
Ooh, embrace the light.
Embrace the power.
Embrace the
Of love. I invite you into a moment of prayer with me. Just taking this opportunity to relax and allow a deeper recognition and understanding that there is only one thing going on. There is only one energy, one power, one light, one life, one love. There is wholeness and nothing else. There is God and nothing else. And this is who and what we are. Our identity is God. Our identity is light. Our identity is love. And we are living the life of the divine, even as we recognize it as our own. It is the life of God. And so, I choose in this moment to incorporate into the expression of my being a greater recognition of this in the flow of life. I choose to purposefully deepen my awareness in a manner of connection in every interaction. I choose to activate each interaction more and more and more, rooted in compassion, support, and seeing the face of God in all of it. And I do so with a grateful heart. I allow myself to resonate with gratitude and let that feeling of gratitude overflow from within and activate this word. And I know that the activation of this word means that it comes into expression and experience. It is resolved into activity, for that is the nature of God. And so I simply say yes, affirm this good, and let it be so. As I relax, release, trust, and know it as so, by saying, and so it is. Amen. Embrace the stillness.
Embrace the stillness.
Embrace the now.
Embrace the now.
Embrace the Spirit. Embrace the stillness. Embrace the breath.
Embrace the breath.
Embrace the Spirit.
Embrace the Spirit
of love.
Would you please welcome to the platform to guide us today in our sharing time? There he is. There he is. Come on up. This is a member of our board of directors, Steve Weaver.
It is always a pleasure to follow Jonathan, and a little bit intimidating. And so thank you for the message today. As I reflect on the homework, that seems like homework for a lifetime.
It is.
So I have some notes, and I want to start with a quote from Audrey Hepburn. If you remember Audrey, to me, and hopefully to you, she's sort of synonymous with grace and dignity. And here's what she said. As you grow older, and I qualify, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and one for helping others. And I like to think that this spiritual center, Unity of Tucson, is part of my helping hand. I mean, I benefit. I've become a better person because of my membership here and all of you and what I learn. But I'm also grateful that what I learn here helps others. And this is a place we can come to really build a better life. We're here to provide a framework for growth, and the spiritual center is one of our homes. It's my spiritual home. So I choose to support our center, our home, by volunteering both time and treasure. And I have a QR code above me, which I'll talk about in a second. But as Ms. Hepburn would say, I choose to extend a helping hand to our center. A lot of ways to share. You can share your time. In fact, we have a gala coming up in November that we're going to be asking for volunteers. We'd love to have you there. But there are also some really easy ways to share your treasure. First, automatic giving. You can scan that QR code, or in front of you, except for on the first row, and I'm sorry we did this too. There's this dependable, time-tested technology called the envelope. And it's there. All you have to do is double-click on it, open the back, and you know the rest. So I want to thank you for being a part of this family, this spiritual community, and for your support.
Thank you, Steve. As the baskets go around, feel free to move your body as we sing our giving song.
circulate my love.
I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Circulation across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Circulation across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. I circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts.
Tell me, I circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts.
I circulate my gifts.
Circulate my gifts.
It returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah.
Here to guide us in the blessing of our offering, please welcome Reverend Felicia Searcy.
So as we come together and affirm and confirm our blessing, I just want you to take a moment and just feel the energy emanating out through this form that we collectively have defined as money. And that every single one of us that has contribute, whether it's our time, our presence, or this form that we call this energy of money, to know that in that moment that you decide to give was a moment that you said, I am devoted to my own spiritual growth and development. I am devoted to this law of circulation that we sing about. And that I am devoted to being the presence of abundance beyond what I put in the basket. And so as we bless these gifts and we see them going out into our community, it's not just the money, it's the energy in which we give the money that is now transmitted. And truly, this is how we heal the planet. So I'm channeling Sandy as we warm our hands in John Strickland. And together, let's bless and transmit the energy of wholeness in our affirmation, blessing our offering. Together, we bless these gifts, and we see these gifts going out and blessing our community and the world. And so it is.
Thank you, Felicia. Let's see what's happening in announcement land today.
2023, and here's what's happening at Unity of Tucson. Join us this Wednesday for Soul Flow, a night of gentle vinyasa yoga followed by expressive free-form dance. Oscar Rodriguez and Sherry Hoffman guide you through the practice beginning at 6:30 p.m. Soul Flow is offered on a suggested $10 love offering basis. The slate of classes being offered at Unity of Tucson this fall is now available. Spiritual education at Unity of Tucson fosters a deep understanding of our inner selves, promoting emotional resilience and empathy towards others. By providing a framework for individuals to deeply explore their purpose, values, and beliefs, our classes can offer guidance to experiencing a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Explore the class schedule and sign up at unitytucson.com/classes. Gary Lynn Floyd, one of the preeminent singer-songwriters in the New Thought movement, will be with us in concert right here at Unity of Tucson on Sunday, September 24th at 1 p.m.
Love cover me.
We expect a sellout show, so be sure to secure your seat now in the Desert Light Book and Gift Store or at our website, unitytucson.com. Can't be with us in person? You can purchase a live stream ticket and enjoy the concert from the comfort of your home. we are seeking you. Our small group study during the 2023 fall renewal will be here before you know it, and we are seeking magnificent individuals who are willing to host and lead small groups and weekly discussions for 5 weeks over October and November. Reverend Felicia Searcy will begin training group leaders on Thursday, August 24th at 6 p.m. If you are called to serve and lead a group, please sign up in the Desert Light Book and Gift Store or email Reverend Felicia at feliciasearcy.com. Tickets are still available for the Gratitude Gala being held at 49er Country Club on Friday, November 10th. Celebrate gratitude with your spiritual family. Join us for a joy-filled night with dining, entertainment, and a silent auction. Get your tickets today in the Desert Light Book and Gift Store. The Rainbow Lunch Bunch, a monthly gathering of spiritually minded members of the LGBTQIA+ community and allies, meets in the Rainbow Room today after Sunday celebration. Bring your lunch and join the Rainbow Lunch Bunch for camaraderie and fun. Did you know that our Board of Directors meetings are open to our community to be observers? The work of the board is intentionally transparent, so if you want to get a sense of what happens in the leadership of our spiritual center, you're welcome to join the next board meeting on Sunday, August 20th at 11:45 a.m. There's so much happening here at Unity of Tucson, and the place to find out more is our website. Check it out at unitytucson.com and make your week magnificent.
Indeed, make your week magnificent. Our prayer chaplains in service today are Deborah Roberts and Sherry Hoffman. Sherry Hoffman is here, and Deborah is back there waving her hand. They will be available to you for a moment of prayer following the celebration today. They'll be on either side of the sanctuary. If you have something on your heart that you would like some prayer over, you may seek them out. You can also submit your prayer intentions into our prayer intention box, which is in the lobby. You can also always email your prayer intentions to prayer@unitytucson.com. Hello, I see some young people. I see some little people who are here to tell us about what happened today in the youth program. Please welcome Jessica Brunk, who is the manager of our youth and family ministries here. Hello, hello, hello. We'll give you that.
Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank one of our new volunteers. Hold on just a second, Logie. Miss Andy, if we can give her a round of applause. She joined us today, and she actually shared a beautiful lesson with us. I didn't ask you beforehand. Do you mind giving a quick recap of what you taught us today? Awesome.
Well, I understand we were doing friendship last week, so to pair that up with what I had to offer, we did a little bit of The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. If any of you know that, it's a book, and it talks about affection, affirmations, acts of service, quality time, and gifts. And so we had a discussion about that and what our language is. Well, we didn't get to the part where we found out what our language was, but we did get to the part of the understanding of what that was.
Great, thank you.
It was really beautiful the way she explained it. So thank you so much, Miss Andy. Logan wants to share a knock-knock joke with everyone.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Apple.
Apple who?
Apple's gonna jump so high and go to our space and then fall into it again.
Yay!
And then he was so tired he had to go to bed.
And then he was so tired he had to go to bed. Yes, Logan was teaching us all about all the fruits from the galaxy today. So apple included. If you ever want to come by, we do have a Play-Doh restaurant where we make smoothies with fruits from the galaxy. Tess, did you want to share anything today? You good? Okay.
Oh, and the restaurant's free.
Yes, I had a really lovely fruit pizza today before the celebration at the restaurant. So yeah, come check out the Play-Doh restaurant. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today possible. Let's first acknowledge our tech crew in the back, Wally, Rowan, Jim, and Kyle back there for making us sound beautiful, look beautiful. Grateful to them. I want to say thank you to Reverend Felicia Searcy for her meditation glorious today and also guiding us in the blessing of the offering. Thank you, thank you. Our keepers of the flames today, Dorothy Brolin and Sherry Hoffman, thank you so much for your service. Guiding us in our reading, affirmation, and a prayer, Laura Cass, thank you so much for your service. Thank you to Steve Weaver, our sharing speaker today. Delighted, as always, to have you share with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give it up for this magnificent team of musicians, Linda and Raphael and Paul. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you to our hospitality team, our greeters, our ushers, and let's especially give it up for our magnificent, beautiful featured artist today, Aaron Anderson. And thank you to every single one of you for making this community the magnificent community that it is. Let us share together this prayer of divine awareness as we complete our time here today. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. We'll finish up with a celebration.
To last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Yahoo! Yahoo! Celebrate good times, come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright.